Hello everyone, welcome back. Happy to see you all here, and today I'm going to be giving you all travel tips. The first tip I'm going to give you is travel with friends, because I know sometimes it's difficult to plan with friends and it might not be easy to find a good schedule that works for you or your friends, but when you do go there, it's more fun when you do have your friends, because sometimes activities require two or more people, and if you're by yourself, you really don't have someone to talk to much. It's fun to travel alone, but if you do want to go more out and travel more, then traveling with friends would be good, because they can also help you, and then it also comes good because if you have space in your luggage and they have space in their luggage, then you guys can exchange items so everything can be arranged correctly. The second tip I'll give you, this is more of an advice, is that understand how much you're going to spend on food, because food doesn't really cost too much. If you're saving money and you're budgeting, then you're not getting food that is too expensive, then you won't be spending too much. But you need to understand that food is still going to cost overall a good amount of money, and if you didn't save enough for food, you're going to be short-handed at the end of your trip. You're going to have to be saving even more than you had originally thought, because food cost does add up. If you're eating breakfast, lunch, and dinner, it's going to add up. And if you're doing 1 week trip, it doesn't sound like a lot, but if you're eating 3 times a day and those meals cost you around $10 to $20, it's going to add up. At the end of the week, you will be spending a large amount of money on food. So just be aware of how much food is actually going to cost, because this is a mistake I made when I was doing my first travels. I didn't really think about how much food was going to cost, and at the very end I was thinking, where did my money go? I had so much saved. Then I realized that I've been eating. We all eat. So please make sure that you know how much you're going to spend on food, because it does become a large expense after 1 week or 2 weeks of traveling. It adds up a lot. Another advice that I'm going to give you is search whichever country that you're going to go to and see if they have the option for pocket Wi-Fi, because a lot of the time our cell phones don't work in other countries, and if they do work, we're going to pay more because it's extra service that we're using. But many countries offer pocket Wi-Fi and it's not expensive. It's actually pretty cheap per day. They don't charge a lot, and if you're sharing with friends, because one pocket Wi-Fi device can give to several devices, your expense for the pocket Wi-Fi of 1 week using it is not going to be major if you share with your friends. And many Asian countries and European countries do offer the pocket Wi-Fi, so if you do go to the country that you want to go to, search that if they have the pocket Wi-Fi option. It's going to make your trip much more easier, because you don't have to worry about going to your phone company and asking for that extra service, or if you do use your phone, you will have to pay once you get back. It's better just get the pocket Wi-Fi, connect your phone to the Wi-Fi, and all you have to worry about is that one expense that you rented the Wi-Fi for. They range around, per day, I would say $15 per day. And if you're doing 1 week but you're sharing with your friends, it's not really going to be a large amount of money. And then the pocket Wi-Fi is going to save you a lot of time trying to look for a place that offers Wi-Fi for your cell phone, because your service doesn't work. A lot of the time, if you do plan to use your cell phone, because your phone company does offer service in the country that you're going to, your phone will give you service, but it's not going to be the best service that you're going to receive. because your phone is going to be in the routing, and sometimes the service is not going to be the best. For example, when I was in a different country, my cell phone works in another country, but the service is not great, and we had pocket Wi-Fi, so the pocket Wi-Fi did work really well because it's from that country. So I recommend that you look into the pocket Wi-Fi, and if the country that you're going to does offer it, you should consider getting it because it's going to save you a lot of time, and it might save you money in the long run too. The other tip that I have for you is that the locks that you use on your check-in bag, not the carry-on, because you have it with you, you can usually use any lock because you're there with the bag, so you can unlock it. But your check-in bag that you turn into the airport, the locks, you have to make sure that they are approved by the security of whichever country that you're going to. Because if you don't use those specific locks that the securities in the airport have the master key for, then they will break your lock. If they feel or they want to go into your luggage to see what you have inside to do, their usual inspection, they will break the lock if the lock that you have on is not approved by them, because they don't have a master key for it. They will break into it. And then I know it's unfortunate, I have had friends that have used the wrong locks, and when they got back to home, they find out all their locks on their check-in were broken or missing. And the security, they leave a note inside your luggage saying, oh, we did an inspection just to make sure everything was okay, and they broke your locks, they were not approved. And it's in the contract when you do buy your ticket and you do all the processes, it says that if you don't have the right locks, then they will break them. So it's unfortunate, but it's best to avoid that trouble of having your locks broken in case they do search your bag during the check-in process. Then just buy the locks that are approved by whichever country that you're going to. In the US, we have the TSA locks. It has a symbol on it, it's red, and it says TSA on it. Most other countries usually have the universal lock as well. So look into the universal lock. It will help you if, they do have to inspect your luggage. They don't break your locks, and it's going to save you the trouble of buying new locks when you do come back. Another thing that I want to advise is your luggage placement. Because going to the country, it doesn't really matter what your placement is because you don't have a lot of things inside. All you do is have your clothes. But when you do come back and you didn't pay attention to what you had in your luggage, you're going to have a difficult time trying to put everything together, because you buy a lot of things, I buy a lot of things, my friends buy a lot of things when we go to any country. All of that stuff has to go into the luggage that you originally brought and bring it back to your house. But if you didn't pay attention to what you had inside, it's going to be difficult. I've been there, I've struggled, I've jumped on my luggage, make sure the thing was fit in. It was difficult, but I still got it to work. The thing is that what I do personally is that I like to do 90-10. So what that means is that I use 10% of the luggage space when I go to the country, and I leave 90% of the luggage space free for when I come back. All of that space will be from items that I bought and I'm bringing back. And I know 90% sounds like a lot of space, and you don't think you're going to buy a lot of items, but I used to think that too until I started struggling several trips and I started to do the 90%, and it works really well. You buy, there's tourist items, decorations, drinks, take a large amount of space, especially if you buy the big bottles. Those take a lot of space. Smaller items, you can bring those with you in your carry-on or your personal item bag. As long as it's not a liquid or anything that's not supposed to be brought on the plane, then you will be fine. You can put those inside there. But the larger items, liquid items, those have to go into your check-in. And these are the tips that I'm giving to you that should help you when you do your travel. And I hope that you have a wonderful trip on your next trip. And I will see you all next week on Monday. Thank you for watching my video all the way. Make sure to like and subscribe, and I'll see you again soon. Thank you.